All right, now, next dish we're going to do, I've got some steak for you, Cam. We're going to do steak with roasted beetroot and salsa verde. Now, salsa verde is a green herb sauce, basically. So, you know your little pot of herbs that you got at the back?
Yep.
Any of those herbs that you've got, anything that's starting to kind of, you know, get a little bit too much of, you can chop. I've got some mint, I've got some tarragon, I've got some parsley. They're kind of, you know, the things that I've got. Parsley is sort of one of the main ingredients. And then beetroot, of course, you've got beetroot at the back.
Yep.
Come and have a look at this. This is beetroot that is variegated. It's so, so pretty.
Oh, look at the colours.
Yeah, it's really
wow.
I like pink.
Cam, I may as well set you to work on this. So what we need is these big fellas here.
Right.
If you cut them in half that way, in half that way, we're going to roast them to the nice kind of big wedges.
Beauty.
Have you ever eaten roasted beetroot before, Jess?
Nope.
Once you taste this, then look, they're so beautiful, those aren't
They're
so
So
pretty.
amazing. I just love them. Roasted beetroot, once you do this, you'll do it all the time. I guarantee it's such a nice way to cook beetroot. And then you roast these for about anything from 25 to 40 minutes, obviously, depending on the time. So I've done some already. So what we've got in here...
Oh, lovely.
And you've got to have a little sniff of these when they come out. I mean, look, they look really, really pretty. Yeah?
We do.
Jess, you need to do a little bit of work now. Now, the salsa verde, the first part of it, we've got our lovely herbs here. So we've got mint, we've got tarragon, we've got parsley. What I need is all the top half of this is just roughly chop it. If you want, you can actually do this in a food processor.
Yeah.
Now, Cam, for you, the other part of our salsa verde, what I need is a little spoonful of Dijon mustard goes into there.
Lovely.
And then I'll chuck a few capers in. Let's have some more. We like those in the salad. We'll have some more in this one. That's fine. Next job, as I start to pour in this olive oil, whisk away. Nice. OK, now, next thing. Do you like anchovies, Jess?
I think fish.
Yeah.
Never had them. I don't think so.
I don't like the texture of anchovies.
Do you not like them on a pizza?
Oh, no. Especially not on a pizza.
We're having some. I don't care whether you like them or not. We're having some in our salsa verde.
Is that the sort of...
That's beautiful. That's good. OK, so what we do with our little anchovies, OK, chop, chop, chop. And what we get here is the saltiness and little background taste, because steak and anchovies is a really, really lovely flavour.
It's like a miniature surf and turf.
Yeah, yeah, so that goes in, and then let's stick all of that in here. And then what you get, of course, is the freshness. As I say, the herbs that we've used, they're just what I kind of got in the local shop. You could use whatever you've got in the back of your garden. That's the joy of it, really. And then, Cam, now we've got that in, a good load more olive oil. And that can just stand. And then before we serve it, what we'll do is we'll add a little bit more olive oil to break it down. Now, let's talk steak, Cam.
Yes, yes. Well, it's a traditional, obviously, a traditional Australian delicacy. There's only one way to cook a steak.
Go on.
You put it on the barbecue and flip it once, and then that's done pretty much.
Look at this. This is a really lovely bit of rump steak. Now, it does, obviously, it kind of comes from the bottom of the cow. Rump is great because it's got this lovely kind of piece of fat in it. Now, the fat gives it flavour. This is also aged for about 28 days, which means it's been hung, so the flavour intensifies. The longer that you hang it for, the more it intensifies. Now, the traditional thing that people tend to do would be to oil the pan and then put the steak in. I prefer to go the other way and oil the meat and put it in that way. If you just salt and pepper it, right, if you do, then you need to make sure that you oil it before you salt and pepper it. The reason being that if you put salt on before you've oiled it, then the salt obviously draws moisture out of the steak and it can dry out a little bit too much. If you have that barrier with the oil, then it doesn't do it.
Right.
Slap it in, fella. Let's kind of get some... Look at that. Beautiful. So how did you get on with your foraging? Do you think you might do it again?
Yeah, I'd definitely like to learn a bit more about the food, because I think, you know, there's so much out there that you can just eat. And it's cheap, you know.
It's free, isn't it?
It's free.
Look at this, the colours are so gorgeous.
Yeah.
So we've got, you know, if this was in your house, beetroot from your back garden, all the herbs from your back garden, and then...
Steak, you know,
nice
the cow from the back garden.
Yeah. Tuck in, guys, let me know what you think.